On this episode, let's review Akademiks destroying Sneako
Hold on.
for
I
supporting
just seen
Chud The
some
Builder.
shit. Wait, hold on. This better not be true, bro.
Like and subscribe.
I know they said Sneako not supporting this nigga. Like, come on, bruv. They said Sneako, what? It said Sneako said he spoke to him and warned him to stay.
Chud the Builder's side. Yeah, I saw that. What do you guys think about Chud the Builder? What do you guys think about him? He chimped out on me. He chimped out on me when I met with Ed Craven, the Kick CEO. He was really upset that I had a meeting with
Who gives a fuck what he thinks?
the Kick CEO. And I messaged him. I'm like, you chimped out on me. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And I saw he's getting his hat snatched. I'll just be straight up. I reached out to him and I told him, bro, you should probably do some desktops because a lot of people are thinking that.
Yo, Sneako, I'm gonna keep it a bean. You my friend, but we might have to take your nigga pass. We can't have you say nigga no more neither, bro. Hold on now, nigga. Hell nah. You see the N-word don't hit it. Like, you look like you from Vietnam or some shit, nigga. Hold on now, brother. You over here telling this nigga safety tips? Nah. Let him stay out in the streets. What do you mean? Talking about you tell him to stay inside like you care about as well. Yo, Sneako, we might have to revoke your nigga pass, bro. Word up, bro. Hell nah. You can't be telling the white supremacists how to survive the storm. What the fuck? Yo, let me put it in your words. It's like telling the Israel niggas how to. Yo, what's wrong with you, brother? Nah, hell nah, Sneako. We might have to do a research on you, bro. We don't know if you could say nigga for the next month, bro. You tweaking. How the hell you over here trying to give the racist nigga advice on how to keep being racist and not, what? What the hell going? Sneako.
You are going to be a target. A lot of people want him dead. I'll just put it straight up. And I don't agree with a lot of what he does. It can't be.
See, that's another thing. Yo, Sneako, stop lying. Ain't nobody want that nigga dead. That's cap. No, you see, this is why y'all start validating this chimping out thing. Nobody want him dead. There's just certain type of people you don't antagonize in public and they just walk away, or you get to be just saying he's chimping out. Like, there's a lot of places in America you don't go to do these little pranks. You get slapped. Or it was much worse. Or they just might meet your energy, whatever your energy is. Keep in mind, I don't hear these people telling him he's the one that usually says, oh, I got a gun. They don't tell him that first. He's the one who says, I wish I would. So, Sneako, come on now. What's wrong with you, brother?
Be antagonizing, but a lot of stuff's funny. I can't even lie to you.
Oh, hell no. Ain't nothing about it funny. Ain't nothing about it funny. Nope. Sneako, we might have to take your black card. We can't have you. Come on, Sneako. It would be funny to you because I don't think the epithet. Yo, Sneako, ain't you Muslim, nigga? If I said some anti-Muslim shit, nigga, you be in your feelings, nigga, like praying on a rug 15 times, nigga. You not black. So, like, what you mean? Ain't none of this shit funny. Because, again, it's, for example, let me use Sneako as an example. Sneako, you say the N-word. You ain't black. But there's a lot of gray area when it comes to this, people saying the N-word. Like, you're using it as a colloquial, as a term of endearment. And you yourself don't even say the hard ER. It's very different. And by the way, I've seen a white dude say nigga, and people aren't going to be up in arms. This guy's clearly different. It's hard for me to be amused by a white dude walking around in a town that, if you kind of look on it on face value, is kind of already like trying to, like, on a social status, like, make white people feel like they're a little bit better than other races. And he's antagonizing homeless black folks and other black folks that are minding their business in the streets. And he's not only just attacking them for what they're doing to him, he's inciting arguments that he could call them. And when you hear most of his rhetoric, he applies it to the entire race, not just one person who may offend him. It's not that it ain't amusing to me. It could be amusing to you or whatever you got going on, but yeah, Like, yo, I guarantee if this was some Islam shit, if this was some Islam bullshit, I guarantee that nigga Sneako would have been on some other shit. You know what I mean? He go hard for the Islam. Oh, Sneako call me now. Yo, Sneako, I can't believe you over here. You over here like communing with this Chud The Builder motherfucker, bro.
What's good, my nigga?
Bro, whoa, hold on, no, we gotta take your N-word pass, bro. You tweaking. You are over here communing with that guy?
Yeah, I told him to stop antagonizing people, and it's not going to end out well. So you should probably stop going out in public and antagonizing people. Especially, I saw a stream from you. You were saying like people are going to put money on his head. That there's going to be a GoFundMe.
I never said that. Sneako, we gotta be
accurate. You saw no. You didn't. You weren't calling for it, but I saw you say if somebody did do something, that the GoFundMe would start hitting.
No, of course it would, because again, you have someone who is targeting an entire race by antagonizing individual specific people of that race who didn't provoke him, right? Like, put it like this: if he let off a couple of racial epithets, I always fuck up with that word, towards some black guy who was being an asshole to him, right? We might still call him racist, like, all right, dude, you're racist, but the entire race won't be mad. You get what I'm saying? Everybody who is black, we could tell he's just trying to use the word period to describe a group, or really a racial group of people.
Yeah, that's the point. There's no word in the English language that gets people so riled up like that word. There's no word you could say for white people where they're going to get that angry. People, it doesn't hit. It doesn't work the same way. Asian people, you can't say a word like that. You're going to get the same reaction. We shouldn't give this much power to words. We shouldn't allow this to control you.
That's cap.
You want to be controlled by a word? Isn't that slavery?
Yo, Sneako, you always come up with these like crazy, like, yo, Sneako, you Muslim, right?
Yeah, and there's funny words.
Hold on. Are you Muslim? All right, cool. So you cool with me calling all Muslim niggas terrorists as a term of endearment?
Well, do you believe that?
No. Suppose that's what I want to call them, because
you don't believe, if people have real intentions. If people actually believe that, then that's wrong.
A racial slur usually don't have no definition to it. The N-word with the hard ER, what's the definition of that? It's a slur to bring you down. So
yeah, there's other slurs like the word dumb. The word dumb means somebody who's not able to speak, but it doesn't have the same connotation. The word means somebody who's disabled.
If I called all Muslims terrorists, it has social implications, just like if you call someone the N-word, it does have that social implication in terms of what it's not about what it means, it's about you're using a term to denigrate a whole group. You don't believe that? Come on now.
People say that all my Muslim friends, I call them terrorists too. If they're Palestinian, I call them. If it has real intentions, if you mean it, then that's a different conversation. But if you're joking around, we shouldn't let words control us emotionally.
So you're saying that this guy is joking around when he's saying he's going to leave
a black dude? I think he actually has animosity.
Okay, so by the way, you know what you're describing? You're describing, it's like the N-word. Okay, if somebody says nigga, like it's used in endearing in fashion, right? You're saying, oh, I say terrorist to my, like, whoever friends, and you're using it in a term of endearment. You don't mean it. You're not using it to bring them down. What this guy's doing,
that's why I told him, I said you should stop doing those IRL streams. I don't know why you're upset about that. It seems like something bad's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna act in a way where they get a GoFundMe.
You said it was funny. I'm wondering which part was amusing.
There was a video where a guy was saying one of those, he's talking about his shoes, and then he looks at his shoes and he has an ankle monitor on. That's funny. There's another video where he's arguing with a guy and he's not recording on his phone. And he's like, you're not even recording. And then he laughs about it. And they're calling each other bitch and they're calling each other this. A lot of that is funny. These are words.
Hold on. See, this is where you're lying now.
You want to call? Let me call you on Discord real quick.
90% of what this guy, you can call me. 90% of what this guy is saying is slurs. Like, let's not try to like, oh no, it's.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why I said I don't agree with that. I don't think he should be doing that. That's why I told him you should stop doing these streams outside. Something bad's gonna happen.
All right, so like, let me ask you this question. The guy who, I believe you said your group is called Love Speech. How could you even communicate with someone who's spreading hate speech? Do you think this is hate speech or not?
A lot of it is hateful, yeah. But that's why I'm trying to get him to not be doing things out of hate. Hold on, let me call you on Discord.
Gotta watch out for Sneako, y'all. like,
What up?
all right, yo, Sneako, man, we gotta watch out for you, man. This was a little bit surprising.
One sec.
All right.
What's good? You got hold on, let me fix the mic. Yo, talk.
Yo, could you hear me? Mic check. We listen. I think we might have to bring it to a poll. Sneako, you got to stick to like some Islam stuff and overseas, brother. Like when it comes to, we're in a very interesting. While most of your streams is about what the hell Trump is doing and what the fuck is going on over Iran and them bullshit ass countries. Like we don't give a damn about none of them. They all could go to hell. What we care about is what's going on over here. And right now, race relations within this country is at a point that is much better than years previous. And when we see an antagonist, I think that every race should come together and say, let's get this piece of shit out of the paint quickly, that we don't go down a spiraling downward path like what happened when the BLM movement had to, quote unquote, just jump out the blue. And we all seen some of the errors with that. But right now, we don't need some nigga named Chud the Builder popping up doing all the dumb shit. Let's get this nigga out the paint. And anyone who says differently, we got to start.
In the words of Chud the Builder, they're saying you're chipping out. I'm joking, but what did I say that you're upset about? I told him to stop doing the IRL streams like that, and it's a bad idea. So why?
I want him to continue. I want him to continue.
You want something violent to happen?
No,
I don't want violence. I'm love speech. I don't want to see people antagonizing one another. I don't want to see hate. I don't want to see something bad happen. So I said you should probably go inside. It's going to end up bad. You can antagonize someone. Someone's going to act in a way. It's just a bad idea.
I'm not saying I want him to stop because of violence happening. I want it based on what he's saying. He's saying he's down to stand on whatever he's down to. He's been saying. I actually believe if something was going to happen to him, it would probably be a Caucasian that would probably hurt him. Usually when guys are spitting all of that political stuff, I don't see a lot of black people. Look at Charlie Kirk, who clapped him. Look at all these who keep trying to shoot at Trump. It's the white dude. So when he's talking about First Amendment right and he's basically also saying, hey, he got his Second Amendment right. To me, that's political. He says he's a free speech advocate. Black people usually mind their business. Okay, if they have issues with people that are in their vicinity over actual things that would make sense for interpersonal issues. This guy is talking politics, and just look at the people who've been smoking the politicians.
Okay, that's very true.
So I think the person who gonna handle him would be white, but I'm not saying that he should continue that because I'm like, hey, listen, if he's that radical,
do you think he should be handled violently?
I think he encourages it.
But you're not answering the question.
What?
Do you think that somebody should do something violent to him?
No. But I think they should meet him with the energy that he has, right? So
that's why I told him. I don't know why you're upset. I told him you should stop doing these IRL streams.
They should tell him to stop the rhetoric.
We should disarm the meanings of these words. We can't let words like that control us. Why is that the only word where people feel justified in America to act violently over? There's no other word in the English language that elicits the same reaction that word does.
So I'm not going to defend acting violent over a word. We can't repurpose. Okay. We can't repurpose history, right? And that word is.
But we do all the time. The word mean the same thing. The word dumb doesn't mean the same thing. Even the word nigga doesn't mean the same thing. Okay. Black people have used it colloquially, and now that's a perfect. That actually the word you're talking about has been repurposed to be a term of endearment to mean anything.
Sneako, what I'm saying is that you can't repurpose history.
But said black people, nigga has been repurposed. It was a word to mean slave, and now it means anything.
Sneako, you're being obtuse. The guy hold on. The way he's saying what he's saying is a direct callback to slavery, brother. Like if you think it's not like he's saying it meaning something else. We know what he means. So you're trying to make this point like, oh, nigga has been repurposed. Is that what he's saying? Is he like, oh, what up, my nigga? Is that what he's saying? Or is he actually saying that, hey, you're a lesser human being, and I'm using this word to remind you of that? You tell me what he's saying.
He is saying that, but it only has
So why do we
meaning.
need to repurpose what he's saying? His hold on. His intentions are clear.
Let words control us.
It's not about words controlling us, right? So you're now talking about actions. I'm talking about the word first of all. So you're basically admitting that he's antagonizing, right, race relations by trying to bring up a time or a he's trying to treat black people as subhuman by how he's speaking to them, right? And then you're saying, okay, even if he's doing that, we should just not be violent. And I hear you with that. But you got to admit to the first part first.
We agree on the violent thing, but you could only get rage baited if you get rage baited. You could only allow this word to have that power if you agree to that frame. We should repurpose this word so that we can't be controlled by them anymore. The same reason the word Negro used to be the correct word to call a black person, but it became a slur because it reminds us of a time of civil rights. Now it is a slur, but at the time in the 60s and the 50s, Negro wasn't a slur. Even back then in slavery time,
Sneako.
It wasn't a slur. That was the word for black people.
Sneako.
It became a slur because times changed.
All right, let me repeat again. I'm going to go slow this time because I see you're trying to get your point off without actually engaging.
Okay. I heard what you said. He's bringing it back. He's talking about a time where it was degrading.
His intention. Let's not say, oh, let's take the power out of the word. Because if we took the power out of that word, he would use whatever word that had the power. Let's not try to give him a pass.
That's the only word that has the power.
Brother, if he had to call you a slave, he would just say slave. Come on. The point is, his goal is to offend. Let's stop acting like his goal is to say a word and we're triggered by the word. Right?
Right.
So, okay. So now that we agree on that, now we could get to the, okay, what is the appropriate response? In a very civilized and perfect world, there is no violence when someone is either using oppressive language or either is trying to oppress. But let me ask you, since you're a big fan of religion, religious wars are some of the most violent wars in history. You don't think that's where, at some point, even in religion, it gets to violence, right? Wars. What's going on over there in was it Gaza and Iran and Israel? It gets to violence. So I get what you're saying, but over there, they fighting too. At some point, it gets to violence. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It gets to
the comparison doesn't make sense. That it didn't start based off of words. The genocide in Gaza didn't start because they said you're a terrorist.
Words could be oppressive. Hold on, could words be oppressive?
If you let them. So bombs are really oppressive. Like bombs, ethnic cleansing, starvation. That's oppressive. Words are only oppressive if you allow them to be.
So despite the meaning, let me ask you a question. Like, if you go back, you know, in the original articles and like, you know, in some of the original laws where black people were seen as 3/5 of a human, that's not oppressive, right? That's just words. You 3/5 a whole, same thing. So that's not oppressive.
Of course it is. Does that still exist?
But it existed. My point is
exactly. It's in the past, so let it be in the past.
No.
So let go. So this is how we move forward. Instead of
wait. So this is in the past. So this guy is basically allowed to bring back up the past, right? Use racial slurs and try to almost treat people like we're in the past, but yet we're supposed to let go of the past. Nigga, you think we Gandhi, nigga?
Okay, is he acting like a slave master? He's a rage baiter on stream.
Brother,
he's out there
brother. I hear how he's talking to black
holding
people.
Holding a selfie camera in public. He's hardly a slave
That
master.
nigga talking like Abraham Lincoln. He's talking like a damn slave master. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, but you use that word all the time. You probably use that word. This exact word that you're angry about is the word that you probably use the most in your stream, is it not?
The hard ER? Fuck no,
nigga. It's the same word.
No, it's not.
Yes, it's
the
same exact word.
No, it's not.
What What did black slaves call other black slaves in slave times?
If you can't keep jumping between points. You talk about words being
Yes.
repurposed.
You know,
Hold
where
on.
does- So where does-
You talk
where does that word come
about
from?
words being repurposed.
So where does that word come from?
Yo, hear what I'm
With
saying?
the sauté.
Yo,
I hear what you're saying.
Sneako, are you mixed? Like, what are you mixed with? I got it. Because if
Wait,
you're
yes,
trying to
yes,
say,
yes,
bro,
I'm
if you're trying to say
fascinated.
nigga and is the same thing,
Where does it come from? Where does nigga come from with the sauté? You're not answering the question. It's a simple question. Where does it come from?
okay, it comes from the other word. But however, it has two
Same
different
word.
meanings. It has two different meanings.
It's been repurposed, right?
It has two different meanings.
Wait. Has that word been repurposed to mean something colloquial?
Yes, but both words now
Exactly.
have two different meanings.
Exactly. So that word should be repurposed too.
No,
You cannot
no,
live in the
no.
past.
Wait, hold on.
Why not? Why not?
Sneako. And this is where I think my frustration is with you, because it's like you're one of those, oh, it's just words. It's like this is the first I'm like, yo, Sneako's not. We gotta start like revoking like all these nigga passes, because y'all wait. So when you wait, well, let me ask you a question. All right, let me ask you a question. No, I got a better one for you. I got a better one for you.
It is.
No, I got a better one for you then. I got a better one for you then. If you think they're the same word, why don't you get up on here, or when you're talking to people, don't say nigga, say nigga. Why don't you do it?
I don't want to hurt.
No. Why?
Really,
so you're admitting they're two different words. So why don't you use them interchangeably? Why don't you use them interchangeably?
because it's going to make you upset.
Oh,
I don't want to hurt you.
Oh, so you're agreeing that they mean different things, or they would like that? That's what words are. If one word would evoke a different feeling than another word, are they the same word?
The point is, you should not allow it to evoke the same feeling. Why would you let a word have that power? Disarm it. It only has the power that you give it. The same way that word's
Yo,
been
bro,
repurposed.
you sound like Ye when he says slavery is a choice. Like, yo, what's up with you, bro? Like, you're now blaming the people who are offended rather than the people who are choosing to offend. Like, they're going out of their way to choose to offend. Yo, please. Yo, even going back to your point. So the harder you are, right? They have made a relative word that's just nigga that is more, oh, hey, we're going to try to strip some of the, historical slavery past, and we're going to try to make it a cool type of colloquial. You're going to still defend the other shit?
I'm saying that the hard ER should be used colloquially the same way that nigga has been. Where does that word nigga come from? Just answer the question. Where does the word come from?
Hold on. You're talking about what should be. Yo,
I'm
and
not
no. You're talking about what should be and what is. Where does that word? Just answer the question. Where does that word come from? Hold on. We just did this.
Okay, it comes.
We
the
just
reason
did
that
this.
it sounds like that is because black people have a different intonation in the way they pronunciate words, right? Instead of with the they just say oh, and then it becomes repurposed for the black community. But it has the same exact root, the same exact time, and it meant the same thing. At the time when black people call each other that,
but it doesn't mean the same thing now.
slaves.
But it doesn't mean the same thing now.
Exactly. And it should be repurposed. It doesn't mean the same thing now the same way. This word should not mean the same thing now.
No.
Because slavery doesn't exist anymore.
Hey.
Slavery's over. It's done. It happened.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you think the same about the Holocaust. Like, no, it don't work like that. You don't get to pick what...
Exactly. That's what my favorite song is that I got all this back.
No, I'm gonna chill. I don't want to hear
that song.
I don't want to hear. Okay,
full circle. We debuted that. Hold up. I'm cooking right now. We debuted that song on our stream. That disarms the same thing. The worst thing ever.
Kanye been apologizing for that for like 3. Kanye's in every Jewish. Kanye in every single one of them.
I don't apologize for that song. What does that song do?
That's why you're canceled.
The 3 most taboo words.
That's why you're in that apartment.
But I'm a free slave. I ran away from the plantation. I'm not controlled like you by words. You're shackled up by words. You're still a slave to these words. Sneako. Yourself be free.
Sneako.
Say the most taboo things, and it no longer has the meaning that you allow it to have.
Sneako. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Andrew Tate, could you come back and give us?
They don't understand the things I say on Chud Stream.
Sneako, you tweaking.
I can shipping out.
You were tweaking. Hey, let me say this, man.
What?
it looks bad on your character that these are the type of people you're trying to protect their speech. Okay, you're trying to protect the speech of Chud the Builder. Okay, I just want to make sure we're like on the same,
The reason I messaged him was because I don't want something violent to happen. Because if somebody tries to do something and be a vigilante, there can be a bad situation for the person, and it's just going to be bad overall. It's a bad look on streaming. It's a bad look for the country. It's just not good. I don't want to see violence. I don't want to see people on either side crash out over a word.
So you shouldn't tell them to stay inside. You should tell them it's like you at some point you should
stop antagonizing people. Don't get people upset, and try to change up the rhetoric and act with more love speech. Be more Christ-like. He's Christian. That's what I was telling him. This is not the way that Jesus wanted him to act.
You think he's Christian?
He says Christ is king in his bio. Yeah, I think he's Christian.
Is that the only thing that, once you say that, you good?
No, you're not good. That's why I'm saying that he shouldn't be doing these streams anymore. I told him stop doing those IRL streams.
What was his response to you?
He said, basically like...
He told you you're chipping out, huh?
No, he didn't. I told him he was chipping out, actually. That's how the conversation... I DM'd him. I said, you're chipping out. And he said, you're kind of right. And then we had a conversation. He said, it doesn't go viral the same way when I'm doing desktop streams. So I said, like, you got to... If you want to stay, if you want to be alive, if you want to protect yourself, if you don't want something violent to happen...
Now, he has a death wish. You got to let that man live out his goal.
Well, I don't want to see people have a death wish because I want people to be okay. I want to see peace.
I guess. Yeah, but listen, man, we gotta. Hey, I know you're usually in like your religious stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could give two fucks about what's going on with the Jews. Just go away.
So you care more about a word than you do about genocide?
Yeah, I care more about black people more than I care about that type of shit.
You care more about
hold on. I just said it. I already said what I said.
Right, you just said that. You care more about the
I care more about black people more than I care about that type of shit. Facts.
Okay, but the difference is a word and genocide.
Brother, correct? I just told you, I care more about black people in this country that I live in more than what the fuck is going on over there in Israel and Palestine. I don't care who wins that shit.
Okay, so genocide's happening in Palestine, and a word is being used in America. And
I care about black people more.
Yeah, but there's not a genocide on black people
happening. Well, listen, we got to nip it in the bud before it gets there. This thing is about to start a race war. Fuck what's going on in Palestine and goddamn Israel.
That's why I said he should stop. That's why fuck what's going on. I don't want to see a race war. I don't want to see people.
Well, this is why. Listen, sometimes you see how Trump went out there and like clapped that nigga from Iran, that fucking supreme leader. That might have to be Chud. Get him out the way because he's trying to start some shit. We ain't trying to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see people die over a word.
Well, he problematic. We might like somebody might have to just do it. I don't care who do it. Black, white, who cares?
I care. I don't want to see people die for a stupid reason.
I guess
advocating for violence is not the way. If
nobody wants
to prevent race.
He's the violent one. You don't realize he's the violent one?
Isn't he majority acting and he's acting in self-defense, right?
Fuck no. Do you see what he's saying? He's daring people to do something.
Words aren't violent, Ak. Words aren't violent.
Your rhetoric could be insightful.
But no, using an individual word is not an act of violence. And so if you want to stop racism, then we can't let words trigger something that makes us violent.
All right, play this.
If you want to stop racism,
I watched him pepper spray a guy who like flipped his hat off or something like that.
Technically, doesn't that count as self-defense? He wasn't arrested for that.
Man, that guy should have blew his...
Legally, doesn't that count as self-defense? I'm not justifying it. You pepper sprayed. Two girls were eating dinner. I didn't seeing that.
Well, here's the thing.
Two girls were eating dinner and they got hit they got hit also when he pepper sprayed. That's not good. But technically, legally in America, that counts as self-defense.
Well, there's a lot of like actual legalities to that because if he's using beer mace, you have to have appropriate force, right? It's the reason why if someone like hits your hat off, you can't shoot him dead. He's using a weapon, right? That is actually illegal in certain places, right? So I'm not sure if that necessarily is self-defense. But, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm watching some of the nonsense he's doing. I think he's chimping out, okay? I think what he's doing to amuse us, I can't wait to see the conclusion. But I think the conclusion, I don't want him to go to jail.
I don't want to see him go. I don't want to see people die. Like I don't think that's good.
I don't think he's gonna die.
You can get into the. You were saying that somebody can get a GoFundMe, and I don't know. I'm seeing like rappers. NLE Chop was saying that he's going to do something. It's just not good. It's a bad situation.
He's gonna get a little wake up call. And I'm not saying it's gonna be violent, but I know how this story ends. This story ends with him getting a wake up call, and he goes from Chud the Builder to fucking just a Karen the bitch, where like he's now like, okay, I'm not this type of antagonistic guy. I'm the victim, and we'll see how that goes. But I think history has shown us that people like this, the thing they could always fall back is their whiteness, right? He has whiteness that he could always fall back on after he sheds this entire act. It's a shtick. It's an act. It's an act that has worked. It's antagonistic. The guy literally said that he had no motion before he started antagonize black people. Literally, he had zero motion.
It's not good to build a career based off of antagonizing people.
I think he should go antagonize Muslims. Word up, facts. Leave black people alone. Go fuck with the Muslims.
Do you want peace or not?
No, I want to see what the Muslims gonna do. Cause I think when Muslims get antagonized, I think Muslims get
Muslims there are.
No,
you know about Malcolm X.
No. We're not talking about black Muslims. We're not talking about black Muslims. We're not talking about black Muslims. We talking about like the other Muslims. Yo, because when they get antagonized, I think they're a little bit more violent.
What Muslims are you talking about?
Them 9/11 Muslims. You heard me, nigga. Like, listen, go antagonize them type of niggas, and let's see how they handle it. Because from what I found out, usually black people are the least violent when it comes to all of this type of shit.
It's funny how you started this off like being against racism, and now you're saying 9/11 Muslims. Who are 9/11 Muslims?
The ones who did 9/11. It's like 7 of them. Like, yes, nigga.
So you're saying the hijackers? What was it like 12 people? You're saying those 12,
whatever they stood for, them extreme.
Those 12 hijackers?
No, them extreme ones. Yes, them extreme niggas. Them niggas.
What? Who are they?
Brother, you trying to be able to the niggas who be blowing themselves up, nigga. Whatever Muslims are those.
No. You made it a race thing. You said not the black Muslims, so now you're making it a race thing. So
nah, definitely not my Muslims from Philly. Those are some cool ass niggas.
Not the Philly Muslims. So which Muslims? Be specific.
The ones that be doing all that suicide bombing. Go fuck with them niggas.
Who? So
I don't know. I'm telling you.
You don't know race, but you know they're not black, so you must know what race they are.
I don't know what race they are.
But you know they're not black?
Well, hold on.
Sounds like you're being obtuse now.
Wait.
Sounds like you're being a little obtuse.
No. I'm glad you're saying that. You see how much you start to care when I start throwing the blame over there? You see?
No.
That's what I keep telling you. Leave black people out of this shit. Hold on.
Islam has no race.
Yo. Hold on. Nah. Fuck all that. Listen. This is what we talking about. All right. Okay. Yeah, he need to go fuck with like the Palestinians. That's what he need to go do.
Okay, they're under a genocide right now. You want?
Hey, go fuck with them. Yeah, just leave black people alone.
Okay, what word do you think Chud the Builder could use to Palestinians that will elicit the same reaction?
He should go find out. I don't want to know.
The thing is, it doesn't exist. There's no word in the English language that exists that has that same power.
Hey, hold on. My thing is, we want Chud to go terrorize the Jewish people, the Palestinians, some Asian niggas, Indians too. Everybody but the black people. We've been through enough. We just want to chill. We trying to cop the new AP/Swatch collab. Go over there, Chud. Go to Palestine, gangy. Like, leave us alone.
You said Asians. There's no, what word could he use?
I don't care. Well, hear what I'm saying.
It doesn't exist.
What I'm saying is
there's no word to get Asians angry like that.
Okay. I don't care if it's just words. Do whatever you can to incite them with whatever. Do whatever you can to incite them, or even if it's religion, go disrespect their religion. Go do whatever, because by the way, we also have freedom of religion, right? Go do that. Go show up to synagogues, mosques, and all them other shits, and do what you want to do to disrespect those religions, and let's see what happens. Leave black people alone. Right? Like, I think you should do some demonstration at the mosque, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Let me ask you a question. Wouldn't it be cool if he goes to like who be at the mosque? That's Muslims? If he went there and he's seeing people kneeling and said, "Oh, y'all chimping out. Oh, y'all chimping. Oh, y'all kneeling? Y'all praying? Oh, y'all chimping out. Look at these motherfuckers chimping out right here. Look at them. They're all kneeling. They're chimping out." That would be amusing too, right?
I didn't say it was good. I've said
No,
that
you said it was funny. Would that be amusing? Would it be amusing if he showed up to the mosque, he put the camera up, and he said, "Look at all these niggas that they're on their knees on the mat. They're chimping out."
Niggas, don't say that.
Okay,
First
okay.
you said.
All right, suppose he said that. No, suppose he said that. Would it be?
But you said they were the 9/11 hijackers. Those were Saudi.
Okay, so you're trying to switch the conversation. You said when he
you
had a
said
conversation with black people, it was amusing. Brother, you said when he had a conversation with African Americans or whatever, it was amusing. Do you think that would be amusing if he showed up to one of these religious places where people are praying, knee on the mat, doing all this stuff, Allahu Akbar shit, and he grabs his camera and said, "Look at these motherfuckers chimping out"? Would that be amusing to you?
I'm saying he should.
No. Would it be amusing? Because you said it was amusing when he was talking to the blacks.
He shouldn't antagonize. I said he shouldn't antagonize people that are.
All right, I know you said that, but you said it was amusing. You said it was funny. Would that be funny?
That's not funny.
Why is that not funny? But the ankle monitor on the black guy's foot, him doing that. Why is that funny?
Because he first says, "What are those?" to his shoes, and then he looks at his shoe and he has an ankle monitor. That's fine.
Okay, so if he goes to
that's separate from the word.
Okay, so if he goes to the place where people are praying and they're bowing down on the mat, and he says, "What are those? They're chimping out." That's funny. That would be pretty funny, right?
There's a difference between like worship and then being in public.
Whoa, Sneako, what you mean?
I don't think that's funny.
So that's not funny?
The difference is, the point I'm making is there's no word in. Is there a word? Is there a specific word? Like disrupting people who are praying peacefully, that's just unnecessary.
Disrupting homeless people who are minding their fucking homeless business.
I also said that that's wrong. You shouldn't be antagonizing people like that.
But you said it was funny though. You said I would try to find the humor if he went to the place of worship and he was just like, "Yo,
I don't think.
Yo, look, they're speaking like some other language. They're chimping out. Look, they're praying."
Okay. There's some things within the videos, like I pointed out, like the ankle monitor, that are objectively kind of funny. Like banter back and forth. One guy's filming. He's like, "Hey, forgot to record." Some of that stuff is situationally funny. In a vacuum, it's not. And the point is, there's no individual word that equates to that word where you're going to get the same reaction out of people. There's not
Sneako, you're trying to make it about a word. I've told you this is about blatant disrespect.
I am trying to make it about a word.
And again.
And I said you shouldn't blatantly disrespect people.
Well, that's the point. I know you want to. There's always going to be a thing that will be disrespectful. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's a word. It might be a action that might even not be violent, right? Like if he shows up to the mosque and everybody praying on them carpets, he whips on the carpet. Is that disrespectful or not?
Yeah. That's literally illegal. That's public indecency. Like that's also pissing that like.
All right, he just does it, but it's
now peeing in public.
All right, he spits on it. He spits on it. He spits on the rug. What?
Yeah, that's also considered assault.
He assaulted the rug?
Yeah, spitting on people is
no, not on the person. He just spit on the rug. He just disrespects it.
Yeah, that's wrong. What's the point?
Okay, he goes there.
What does this have to do with using it?
The point what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to black people finding offense of things that they feel is offensive, you're like, well, why don't y'all just stop being offended by the word? However, if I then showcase a situation where another group of people, where someone tries to disrespect them, you can't repurpose the disrespect. You want black people to repurpose the disrespect.
Great. There's a great analogy here. Do you see how you're equating this individual word that doesn't have real meaning unless you to the holy?
Every word has meaning, brother.
The word of God compared to the word.
If the word has no meaning,
you are equating the word of God to a slur that is outdated.
Okay, yours. All right, you said that the words don't have meaning.
That's the whole point. You cannot have those two
if you claim words have no meaning,
God is not equivalent to this individual word.
Okay, if you say word has no meaning, say. Oh,
is that what you're saying?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you to say it because it should have no meaning, right? There's a fucking meaning to it, right? Clearly, like you wouldn't say that, right? Because there's an intended meaning if you're saying this.
See the point that you're making? How are you equating?
Words have meaning, brother.
How are you equating God disrespecting God, the Almighty, something that we have faith in, to something that only has meaning if we attribute meaning to it. God has meaning without us.
So
this hard R
so
word.
you
listen,
can't disrespect
this
God, but you
word
can disrespect
only
a whole
has
group
the
of
meaning
people.
that you give to it,
Brother, you're
The law
saying so.
exists
What you
without
just
us.
told me, you can't disrespect God. Okay, get it, and I agree. But you can disrespect an entire group of people, and your solution to that is that the entire group of people should just not be offended. Because you're doing
That
both.
word
Whether
only
you
has
say the hard ER or you say
this is the creator of the universe versus outdated slur. You cannot equate the two.
outdated slur
How are you
to
putting
who?
those in the same category?
Outdated slur to who? To you.
That's how it should be.
It's outdated to you. Clearly, if you look socially, the majority of people, even outside the black community, realize that that word still holds some meaning. So in your maybe skewed Chud the Builder fanboy mind,
it only holds the meaning that we still attribute to it because slavery is over. The same way, we'll go back full circle, that this word is becoming the most popular word in hip hop. My 21 Savage, my chopper hates niggas. 21 Savage could say, my chopper hates niggas. And everyone's like, fine.
Yeah.
They turn up to it in the club. If a white guy says that, everyone freaks out.
we've all said
It's
it has
the same word.
Yo,
It's
we've
the same
we've
intention.
all said that that both words, like if you study, and I'm about to butcher this word, etymology, and you know the root of words and how it progresses. It's like if I say, Sneako, you're cap, I'm not speaking about this. I'm clearly speaking about the word cap has a different meaning. Right? So hold on. So you keep saying
change the meaning of this word.
Okay.
That's the point.
Okay. However, when that naturally happens, it happens. What I'm saying now is that nigga and the hard ER, they mean two very different things. And they're gonna get two very different emotions.
Because society moved on, because we allowed them to change their meaning. That's the point.
No, you're being so.
Let go of these societal.
The people who are offended
by. Let go of the hurt.
All right, so them niggas in Palestine should let go of the goddamn hurt that Israel's doing to them. Let it go. Okay. The fuck?
The fact that you're not able to comprehend.
No. You're saying that black people should let go of the hurt, but I'm saying, all right, you on that Palestine shit, them niggas should let go of the hurt of the fuckery that goddamn Israel them been putting them through.
How this is such a dumb analogy. This is
how?
Genocide's happening now. Slavery ended how long ago?
No. Slavery more important than whatever happened with that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Word up.
Slavery ended. What, 250 years ago? The genocide's happening right now. And also, if there's no word to talk about Palestinians the same way there is about black people.
Listen. If you think that black people should let go the hurt of slavery, I think them Palestinian niggas should let go the fucking hurt of them bombs that got dropped. Facts.
Okay, it's happening right now, and also you're saying word.
I'm actually saying that to say nobody's gonna ever let go of their hurt.
This doesn't.
No. It makes sense. No one's gonna let go of their hurt, right? The Palestinians ain't gonna let
go of their hurt all the time. People let go. Why do you think white people aren't offended by the word? Asian people aren't.
What hurt they went through? I want to hear this one. Hold on, I gotta take a shot. I wasn't gonna drink the stream. I want to hear the hurt the white people went through.
Some white people probably get offended by being compared to slave owners.
No. We're talking about history and hurt. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, for example, in 20 years, 200 years from now, for the Palestinians, the hurt of what's happening now will be felt. Same with the Jewish people for the Holocaust.
Individual word. You still haven't given an individual word.
Listen, you're now still stuck over the word because you can't actually argue about the intended meaning. The intended meaning is to tap back into the hurt that word stands for.
Right, and my point is that there's no other word in the English language that has that much emotion attached to it other than that word. It's the most powerful word in the English language.
It's the most
direct. Why it's used all over hip-hop.
Hold on. And I'm gonna lie to you. This is probably the most pro-black I've ever sounded. Because usually I'm like really, but this Chud dude, he's like anybody who actually agrees with him is all about regressing in racial relationships. And I think we're at a decent place. At times it goes, but I like the fact that black and white people ain't beefing. I like that. You know what I mean? So when I see somebody like this, it disgusts me. And anybody who actually could see any nuance in what he's doing, other than that this guy's a piece of shit and racist, I start looking at you. And that's why I'm questioning you, because I'm like, you seem to be seeing clear what's going on over with Palestine and Israel. Nigga, you don't live there. You ain't even been in have you been in Israel? Have you been to Israel? Have you been to Israel?
No, I haven't been to Israel.
Have you been to motherfucking whatever they call Palestine? You been there?
What is the argument here?
The point is that I'm over here, and I'm talking about socially to make sure that what's going on in our country, especially with race relations, because it's been one of the most the things that has torn us apart as a country. And when I see any hint of that, I don't like it. And you're over here talking about this genocide going on overseas. Like, man.
You said that you don't want anti-black, anti-white racism. You don't want division. The only way we can get to that division and get rid of it
is to get Chud the Builder out of the way.
No, it's
Facts.
not about inciting violence on Chud the Builder. It's not allowing
one race
to say a word and get
violence.
Triggered, and another. If Charleston White says the word, no one gets angry. If Chud the Builder says it, everybody gets angry. If you actually want equality, then words for any race have the same meaning. That's equality. You say you're pro-black. I'm pro-human. Humans all together should not allow this to divide us. How are you letting a word divide you and put into separate places? When black people say the same exact word, it's a term of endearment. When white people say it, so many people think you should act violently. That is segregation. That's the issue.
So let me ask you a question.
Everybody should have the equal meaning attached to this word.
So you do realize that if someone who is oppressed does a action or mimics an action that the oppressor does, it's not the same thing. For example, if
you think black people are still, how are black people being oppressed right now?
Historically, black people are probably one of the most Hold on. Wait.
Right now.
Well.
Right now.
You're always going to feel remnants of it.
I don't want to live in a victimhood mentality. I don't want to live in the past.
All right, no. Listen, I'm not that person that uses racism as whatever for every excuse. But you can't write the history of America without understanding what slavery has done to this entire country. It's a reason why the inner cities. Okay, so because hold on. So even if I'm, and maybe some people would definitely argue that it still exists now. Even if I don't argue that, I would argue that everything we see now, when we look back 2 generations ago, you basically are going to see clear side effects. Clear side effects.
Hold on. I ain't gonna lie. As a Drake fan, you're sounding a lot like a Kendrick Lamar fan right now.
No.
2 generations ago. I'm talking about right now, not all in the past and the,
Brother, you can't write the history of the United States.
Let's talk about right now.
You cannot write the history.
The BLM thing. We don't need to do BLM.
No. It's not BLM.
Now,
it's not BLM thing.
What's the oppression?
No. You're not. You see, you're trying to be obtuse. I've never even argued that black people are being oppressed right now. I'm saying that the history. Hold on. Wait, brother. The history has to be respected and always acknowledged. The same way how, when it comes to the Jewish people, their history of how they were persecuted with the Holocaust has to be respected and acknowledged. These things are the reasons why they're living how they're living and we live in how we live in. And 200 years from now, the Palestinians will be living how they're living. That's the reality of it. This whole this shit is over, get over it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, come on. What are you talking about, bro?
My point is you have to let go of victim mentality. It holds you back more than any of the control mechanisms that we imagine in our heads about BLM.
Except Sneako, you're arguing a point I never said. I never said nothing about victim mentality. I said okay, but
the only way to get rid of this and get rid of the hurt is to move on. If you live in the past, if you hold on to a victim mentality, you never let the hurt heal. Let it heal.
Yo, Sneako, if somebody smoke your mama, you let it go?
Okay.
No, on some real shit, because it sounds stupid for you to tell people to let go of the hurt. You don't think you sound?
Ultimately, you should. That is the way to grow, is to let go and to forgive. That is growth. That is how you get over it. Holding on to hate forever.
You talking ideals? You always. This is your issue. You always talking like this ideal type of thing. Yo, the history of the world,
Yeah.
the history of the fucking world is actually shaped by historical events that niggas have never let go. It's the reason why right now you go to Germany, you even throw up a goddamn anywhere, they're making sure you're out of there. You know why? History just doesn't right away and everybody forgets and, oh, we all forgiven, we're healing. People ain't Sneako. What the fuck? Like the whole world is shaped by pain, wars, is shaped by shit that has changed the trajectory of life. People have been exterminated. That's caused other people to realize, hey, we got to make sure it never gets to this again because we know what happened last time. This whole let's kumbaya, let's forget. What are you talking about, Sneako?
It's not kumbaya. This is the way forward. It's to
forget slavery?
Why let somebody hurt you that bad? Why let this one word hurt you that way? You're giving somebody else power. You're letting them.
You're way smarter than how you're coming across. I'm telling you, if it's not the word, it's going to be something else, right? Like it could be a symbol. Sure. I'm not too. It is going to be something that reminds you of the pain. It is, and that is going to be sacred, or it's going to be don't fuck with it. In everything that carries some, nobody just forgets. What I'm saying, you're just saying, oh, well, why can't y'all change the word? Brother, there is pain there. It won't go away. If it's a word or something else, and you're acting like the guy's trying to say the word just harmlessly. No, he's trying to evoke pain. So if it was a symbol, he would fuck with that. If it was a place, he'd fuck with that.
Culture, race, these things shouldn't be defined on hurt. Allowing black culture to be defined off of slavery is living in a victim consciousness. Jews allowing
I never said that.
This way is defining Jewish identity based off of something horrible.
Your childhood helped define what you became. You can't erase history, brother. And you're always a product, not only of your environment, but historical choices.
Based off of hurt, or do we only want to unify based off of hurt and pain and trauma, or do we want to unify based off of something greater? Do we want to give power to words that are strong, that are empowering, that are good? This is what should trigger us. We should hear a word like, hey, you're black, and we should be happy about this. We should be emotionally manipulated in a positive way. We should remember things that make us happy.
Sneako, you know what I realized?
That make us pain.
I think you only have these type of thoughts because, like, you like this mulatto. I don't even know if you know what you are. Like, what do you consider yourself? Like, respectfully.
And how many times? I don't know how many times you had this conversation.
The reason.
No.
Wait. The reason why I say that, because if you ask any person, and based on your stupid ass logic you just said, is that
what stupid logic? Like you comparing Palestine, like
no,
to Muslims?
No,
like
your stupid logic of really oh, you should. It should be about coming to get like everything that has to do with my life. If I'm not here, right? I'm not here in America if my mom didn't make certain sacrifices. I'm not where I lived in Jamaica if my family there didn't survive slavery. Yes, there was slavery in the Caribbean. Everything matters on the past. You can't just be like, oh, fuck the past. We're just like here. You must have, you can't have a connection to a strong, legitimate background or lineage if you're saying, fuck the past, let's move on. What are you talking about? That's why I use your racial. That's why I use your racial makeup, because put it like this: people that come from France, they have a certain disposition based on like what happened in that country. Their great grandfather fought in that war. Blah blah blah. Like these are actual things.
And ideally, they don't crash out over a word. My point is, look, my dad's from Haiti, right? Haiti was the first independent slave nation. These people, they killed their slave masters, and in 1804. They led that slave revolution. To this day, Haitians will call anybody who's not dark-skinned black. Well, hold on, let me finish my point. They'll call anybody who's not dark-skinned black, blanc. You know what this meant at the time of the revolution? It meant slave master. It's since been repurposed to mean anybody who's not dark-skinned. This is a nation who moved on from this word, who changed that meaning. And although it does have an origins of that slave time, it doesn't elicit the same hurt. If people call me blanc in Haiti, am I going to crash out and say, I'm not a slave master? Hey. I understand. Wait back. It's just a word.
All right. So again, you're trying to do the like, The mouse brain thing again.
But should I crash out over that? If someone in Haiti calls me blanc, should I crash out and say I'm not a slave master?
Hold on. I think you should crash out if your great grandfather died in the war that helped free the slaves, and they clown the fact that your great grandfather got killed in that war. I think you should crash out.
I should crash out over something.
Yes, I think you should. That's your fucking lineage.
I never met.
Yeah, that's your fucking lineage. You should crash out. You should.
Okay, so then what about other black people calling you nigga? Like, does that not remind you
of
slavery?
No. You're now trying to switch the point. What I'm trying to say is that it's not necessarily about the word. It's about the struggle, the hate. It's about the struggle and the pain.
It was struggle and hate when black people were all slaves. That was struggle and hate. There were
I ain't gonna lie. I am for slaves. If someone
house slaves that weren't charged and using that same word in the same way.
Yo, if someone's family and lineage, died sacrificing themselves for whatever plight, and someone came to bring that pain back and disrespect them, I think that's a crash out offense.
Yeah, that is wrong. And that's when intentions are wrong. But the word itself in a vacuum.
But using the word is tapping into it. That's what I'm saying. Get the word out of here. The word is the key to tapping into that. It's the easiest key to say one thing to tap into that. My thing, once you tap into it, all bets are off. All bets are off.
You're right. The intentions are wrong. If somebody has the motive to intentionally hurt somebody in that way, that's wrong.
That's what Chud The Builder is doing.
We shouldn't try to intentionally hurt people, and I say that that's wrong. But that word in and of itself, even if it was Chud, we've seen countless videos of white people saying it in public, and they get hurt. Nonstop, the rhetoric online is, if a white person ever said that, I'm going to smack him. Even if a white person sings along to a Drake song and they say it, hey, don't say that. Hey, don't say that.
Yo, I think Clav was on stream and he said it like, obviously, this whole discourse like Haitian.
Black people come up to him all the time and say, you can't say that, you can't say that.
Okay. The feeling around Clav saying it, because yes, there's still a conversation, even if and by the way, he's saying nigga from what I know, not Hardy.
And he still gets pressed. I've seen a lot
of
black
all right.
Came up to
yeah, because there's still a conversation.
They came up, pressed him, and they got real upset.
Hold on. There's still a conversation, but I'm not gonna say that's not true. What I'm saying is that the intent behind him doing that versus what Chud is doing. Chud is literally antagonizing. And that's why
that's why I said he should go inside. That's why he should stop IRL streaming.
Or he should go to Memphis.
We found some common ground here. Intentions are what matter.
Yo,
the word itself,
I want to do a stream with him in Memphis.
Maybe we could find. I think that'd be great. Maybe we could find some common ground here. The intentions are what matter.
Chud, I will pay you to do a stream with me in Memphis. I'll do an IRL with him in Memphis.
No security?
Yeah, no security. They gonna harm me. The fuck? Yo, yes, no security. Yeah, me and Chud, we'll kick it out there. And hold on. And I'll even matter of fact, I'll give him, I don't know how much money he would want. I'll pay him if he keep the same energy. But we in Memphis.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying it's not okay. Do
you really can you honestly say you don't want something violent to happen to him?
No. I want to just see his energy when he's around a different environment, because I don't like when people are kind of popping out doing that type of stuff. And again, if he was just doing it online, whatever, but like he's kind of like putting this across, like I want to see if he's going to keep the same energy everywhere. And if he does, I'll probably gain a little bit of respect for him. If he goes to Memphis, Tennessee, and was just like, yo, and he's giving it up, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd probably be like, yeah, I don't fuck with him, but leave that nigga alone, man. Like, yo, he's standing on business. He's standing on business. I just think that he's a bit of a coward because he's picking and choosing, but he's talking like he's not. And if he like kept it real, like, yo, I'm picking the most pussiest black niggas I could find to do this shit to, I'd be like, all right, bro, you got it.
I doubt that's gonna happen, and he probably shouldn't.
You can come too. You can come too.
Memphis, there's a lot of. I went to Memphis before. It was all Hellcats, all Chargers and Challengers, Hellcats. And
we'll just go out. We'll go outside the club. You know what I mean? Us three, we try to get in the club.
I'm banned from all the clubs in America.
No, you're not. You're only banned from like
all the hospitality groups.
Yeah, there ain't no hospitality group in Memphis, man. You good?
I'm good off the club. I'm getting old, bro. We're pushing 40. We can't be in the club anymore.
Speak for yourself, brother.
All right, Ack. Good talking to you.
All right.
You still think, do I sell my black card?
No. It's not sell. We're gonna revoke it. Listen, if you know, we gotta get you. This Chud thing is a problem. Like, you know, this is a problem. We can't have you. You know,
revoke my black card.
Put like this: they would have kicked you out of Muslim hood if you said certain shit. So like, yo, we gotta treat the black shit the same way. Mine's to take a car back. I ain't gonna lie.
You took my black card?
No, we didn't take it yet, but it's in review. It's in review. So just
all that shit.
No. Chat, I'm telling you, man. Chat, you gotta watch out for them. You gotta watch out for, like, Sneako surprised me with this one. Sneako surprised me with this one. I'm not gonna lie. That was crazy. Yo, chat. When I'm over here sounding like Tariq Nasheed, it's like, you know it's bad, bro. Like, if it was some light shit like Clav, like he's singing a song and he says, nigga, I'm not going to be like, yo, bro. But this guy, you could tell. Bro, he even dressed like a racist, bro. Like, yo, come on, dog. Come on, bro. It's something. Anyway, y'all know. Anyway, all right. Okay. Little side quest. We good, though, right? Everybody still rocking with me here, or did we lose some people? All right. Okay, we got a little 13K in the building. All right. Chat, all I'm going to say is, you know it's bad when I'm over here, like, on some pro-black shit. This shit's disrespectful. It's just too disrespectful. And also, you see everybody talking about, Sneako love all this Muslim stuff. I'm not Muslim. I'm Baptist. And I don't want to disrespect no Muslim, but everybody got something they care about. You know what I mean? See, that's why I had to put it in his own home turf. All right, bet. So you think it's cool for him to disrespect black people because you don't care about black people. But I guarantee he started disrespect Muslims or show up to the mosque. It's a problem, right? Oh, maybe he started disrespecting like Palestine, or he started you see the mood changes. Oh no, we're talking about God. Exactly. All right. All righty then. Let's see.